Yo, this is Corey Ethan. Make certain you check out Media Leaks.
Media Leaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another wonderful rendition of Media Leaks Mic'd Up. I'm live in the studio with the one and only Corey Ethan. What's the word, bro? It's a blessing to have you.
Greetings, Earthlings. Greetings, Earthlings.
Man? Today we're going to talk about you, your artistry, your brand, your vision, and just, man, the mindset that it takes to come up with some of these things, bro. Like, you're really amazing creator, my boy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you for having me, man. Long time coming, man. I feel like I'm on motherfucking The Breakfast Club. 106 in Park or some shit. So appreciate you for having me. Feel like I told you, man. I feel like you Chicago's Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying? Black version. You know,
That's a compliment.
Yeah, you ain't the informant. You know what I'm saying?
I want to
I'm talking shit.
Not even.
Nah, you're cool, dude.
I want to start off with the word authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody like you, bro.
Thanks.
Artist-wise, I don't.
Thanks.
Like, you in your own lane. Like, and I'm saying that to say, like, I don't think anybody can touch you in that regard. You know what I mean? So, I want to start off by asking, who is Corey Ethan, and who inspires you to create the way you do, from music to fashion to engineering, every aspect you got, bro? Like, who inspires you?
I think just kind of how I grew up. My mother, she's a musician. You know what I'm saying? So my mother is like always. My mother plays like the piano, the clarinet, the flute, things like that. Right? She always played music growing up. My father, he wasn't a musician, but he's like a connoisseur of music, you know what I mean? So coming up, I'm always hearing Michael Jackson, Prince, Quincy Jones, all these different musicians, right? Isaac Hayes, you know what I mean? Curtis Mayfield, the whole lick. My mother and father are huge Prince fans. So I don't know if you know, but Prince he played every instrument, you know what I mean? So I thought that was always fascinating. So coming up, I always like, I didn't think I wanted to do like music per se, but I knew I wanted to like rap, right? So like, I remember like writing little poetry to women and shit like that, little poems here and there, you know what I mean? You know, trying to do something them other dudes wasn't doing, you know what I'm saying? Want to make words rhyme, you know what I'm saying? Thinking get me there, you know, didn't get me far, but yeah, I mean, from there, like, when I was like 15 years old, man, I just was still rapping and stuff like that. But I had met a guy in high school. His name is Marcus Mister, man. His name is, you cool guy, man. Marcus Mister. He went by Mister, right? But he was a producer and he rapped, but he taught my brother and I, my identical twin brother, and I how to make beats. But it was something that was always fascinating to me. So I always just kind of stuck with it, man. Because I love music, my dad was always getting the newest music that was coming out. You know, everything from the Missy Elliott's to all of that shit, right? So I always was curious, you know, of how music was sounding always. I love how music sounded, but rapping and writing words were cool, but I wanted to like put the music behind the shit too. Because I didn't know how to go about looking for beats. I always thought them damn things costed, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't call somebody up every time I wanted a beat, so I wanted to learn how to make the shit on my own. So I stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when, like, you know, College Dropout and stuff like that came out. Like, Ye was like, when Ye started doing what he was doing, I saw what he was doing. Ye is probably like the one that made me, shout out to Kanye West. He's the person that probably made me like really want to get on it in a certain type of level. I don't know if it was because he rapped and he made beats. I think that was the one that was the most intriguing. So I felt like, it was nothing wrong with doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I didn't want to limit myself to my creativity. So that's what I did. Fast forward, you know, my merchandise and stuff like that, like since 2017 when I professionally started putting out music, and when I say professionally, I mean like actually taking it seriously, registering my music for real, investing in myself for real, owning myself, signing myself. I knew that. I knew something about branding, man. It's like when people see you, they judge you based off what you got on first. They judge off what you got on. So I'll say, if a motherfucker go judge me off what I got on, they gonna have to judge me off me.
Branding, your hat, your shirt, the shorts, like everything.
So when people see Ether, what is Ether? Who is Ether? It makes them ask questions. They're asking who I am. See, when I see them and they rocking Prada, Gucci, Louis, I'm not asking who these motherfuckers are because I know who they are.
That's facts.
But I want them to know who I am because I have more to offer than just music. You know what I'm saying? A homie of mine, Weasel Sims.
Salute Weasel, for sure.
He's a very cool dude. And Weasel and I have been, friends for a while. You know what I'm saying? And he asked me a question when I first started putting out music. I put out the music and he was like, yo, what is your brand?
Wow.
And I said, damn, the fuck is it? I couldn't answer for shit. I had some weak ass answer. And he's like, yeah, that shit was whack. And I kind of laugh about it till this day. But stuff like that, like, it turned into something else. Because my first single was Shout Out to My Exes, which was a very interesting thing, which is where I first started making the merchandise because I knew I had a single out. So instead of, I was already paying for the marketing, but I wanted to say, you know what, I'm gonna put Shout Out to My Exes on my shirt because ain't nobody else did that shit.
Triple double marketing.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? I didn't think about selling the merchandise. I wanted to wear it for me. When I made my merchandise, I only made it for me. Wow. I made this shit that I felt like I wanted to look good in, that I felt I wanted to look best in. So I created it.
Do you ever surprise yourself?
Often, because God blessed me with plenty of gifts. Man. And a homie of mine, G Green, shout out to G Green, he told me some shit one time. He said, yo, you already have the tools.
Thanks.
You're not using them properly to build what you're trying to build for real. You looking everywhere else. It's almost like The Last Dragon when it took all the motherfucking movie of Bruce Leroy getting his ass beat until he realized he had the glow and he was the one. And I had to realize that it's kind of like using a Phillips screwdriver on a you know what I mean, on something that needs a flathead. You know what I'm saying? A screw that needs a flathead.
So if enough time passes and you're not doing the things you need to do with your tools, what usually happens? Not saying in you, but in general, like what usually happens?
If I'm not using my tools properly, which happens, I mean, shit.
What I'm saying? What happens as a result of that?
I mean, the shit ain't put together properly. I mean, like, have you ever tried to put some shit together that require directions, but you want to go off what the motherfucking picture look like? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're men. We did this shit before, right? So that happens. And everything could be together. And we seeing us a few fucking screws still left after we put everything together. But we seeing the shit together and we're not questioning why the fuck these screws are here. But we thinking the shit together because it look like it's fine. It look like it's together. It look like it's structured, right? It look like the foundation is decent. And honestly, I had to look at that in quite a few situations, business-wise, since being quote-unquote Corey Ether. I have built dope things, I feel, on shitty foundations. And I don't think many people can just really admit something like that, but it's a for real thing. If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to realize you're going to make plenty of mistakes. But one thing I realize is I've tried to do dope things. I've done dope things. But I wanted the foundation to be to a point where I can fucking sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Not have to worry.
And one thing about me is that I don't like limiting myself. So I feel like everybody has the same 24 hours. Man. It's about what you do in them. I've honestly created a routine based on my goals. So I know that because there's 24 hours in a day and the day normally starts at 12 a.m., I don't really sleep past 5. So when I wake my ass up in the morning, I'm working out. I done made some coffee. I done smoked a blunt.
Because you start early.
Every day.
That's the key. That's a really big key for you.
Yeah, you have to maximize your 24 hours. I don't feel like many people maximize their 24 hours. I think people rely more in their talent than their work ethic.
Wow. You got a single out. You got a project out called Missed Your Beat.
I have a song out, yeah, Mr. Beat, yeah.
Love this record.
Thank you.
Love the visual.
Thank you.
It's crazy that we're talking about what we're talking about, and I'm bringing the single up. What does "Missed Your Beat" mean? What does that mean? In terms of when we say like, oh yeah, you know, somebody missed their beat, or
That's exactly what the fuck it mean. Nah, like I wrote the song shortly after I put out Shout Out to My Exes. And I was just on this little mode, and I wrote "Missed Your Beat" in 2017. And I recorded it, and I never put the shit out. Fast forward 2019, I was just sitting in my studio one day, and I just got to making the beat on my iPad. I sent it over next door to my engineer and said, I want to try something real quick. I recorded "Missed Your Beat," and I just sat on that song. And one of my homies, Deuce, the videographer of "Missed Your Beat," he said, bro, this is probably one of the best songs I've ever heard from you. Because he came to my mixing and mastering session with Law Beats, right? Shout out to Complex and Law Beats. So,
salute to Law Beats.
yeah, American, I'm over there. So I did the record. He's like, man, I think you should really put this record out. I would love to shoot a video for it. So the song pretty much came about is that when I put out Shout Out to My Exes, it's still doing really well, right? So it was different because you know how, you know, people see you in a different light.
Of course.
So it's not, you know, Corey Lewis anymore. It's Corey Ethers, the artist. So, you know, I get the Hey Big Heads. You know what I'm saying? I got the Hey Big Heads. You know what I mean? I got the you know. It's kind of like It's kind of like, you know. You know how you feel about a new car? Yeah. Nobody drove that bitch. It's just test-driven miles on it. Yeah. See, that's how I was trying to holler at some of these ladies when they were newer cars. So they wanted to holler at me after they had a few test drivers. A few accidents too. But that's pretty much where the song came from. But I didn't want it to just start from there and stop there. I wanted it to just go from everything. Like, I feel like people, if a person can't love you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. So when that tends to happen, they miss their beat. You know what I'm saying? They left you during a trying time in your life, not knowing that if they'd have stuck the fuck around, maybe they wouldn't have missed their beat. Maybe they'd be making the beats with you. Shit.
That's life, man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
When somebody tells you that, I mean, you're an artist. I'm pretty sure you're a creator. I'm not gonna limit it to artists, but you're a creator.
Right. I'm
pretty sure you've had times where people that say, "Oh, your vision is crazy," or "What you're trying to do is just not reasonable," or this can't happen for you. I just don't see it. Like when you have someone tell you can't do something, how much does that motivate you to go even harder?
You know what's crazy? It has fueled me on levels. What you see is what that did to me. Mm-hmm. What you see, everything that you see, every time somebody said I couldn't do something, I did it. But I just stopped telling people what the fuck I'm about to do and do it. I kind of avoided that. You know what I mean? Like, I know if somebody's gonna mess up my energy, I don't even like telling people my ideas like that. Because people find ways of talking you out of shit that they find impossible.
For them.
So, for them. So it's like, I just don't do it. I just do what the hell I'm gonna do. And people, I've learned, they believe more so what they see than what they hear. Mm-hmm. People like to hear you, but people love to see you. I could sit up here and explain my moves, but why don't I just make the moves and let everybody else talk about it? That's just kind of how I work off of that. Even people that have said that I couldn't do things, you know, they don't know that I know they said them, but they give props and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really get hurt over those types of things, because I think that you have to kind of instill hope into people these days. I feel like people don't feel like great things are possible, not even for them sometimes, based on maybe how they have come up or maybe their experience. Maybe they feel like they aren't even worthy.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's like, and I don't like doing that. So it's like, I like speaking positivity into people. I love seeing people win, even if I'm not fucking winning with you. But maybe that's just me though. So
you have a project out with Miss Treasure. Salute to Treasure.
She got the phone with her. Shout out to Treasure.
On what is it?
On the wave. Yeah, on the wave.
Love his record.
Thank you.
Like how y'all vibe and put it together. Love the vocals.
Yeah, funny story about that record.
How did y'all put this together?
So I met Treasure like 2018 maybe or something like that, and I was invited to a private listening session for her by Doe from the Go.
Wow.
So Doe from the Go invited me out there. Yeah, shout out to Doe. So I went to the listening session. I loved her music and stuff. And we didn't talk a lot after that, but we were in touch in a sense. So I posted on Facebook probably like 6 months after that, like, yo, I finished my project. She texted me like, hey, Kane, why you ain't hit me up? And I'm like, oh, my bad, boo. So I kind of fake knew I wasn't done. So I like, yo, I'm gonna have a record for you in like 24 hours type shit. So I like made a beat, sent it over to her, and we had a session like later on that week. So we didn't even like rehearse or anything like that. We just knocked the record out. I did my thing, she did her thing, and it just worked out.
That's dope.
And yeah, man, like it's really a dope record. We shot a video for it. Yeah, man. Shout out to MC2 Productions on that.
The Ether brand. Speaking beyond clothing, you have Studio 290. You have Shop Ether, Shop Corey Ether. Like, how do you balance these? Like, how do you how?
Honestly, like I'll be real with you, like Studio 290, I did that for a few months, and it was like one of those situations where I felt like I was building something great.
Okay.
I didn't go into that situation, I don't feel prepared as I would have wanted to, but I did it, right? It was an opportunity, and I like fucking pulled the trigger and did it, right? And I learned a lot from that situation. It was just like I closed up shop right before the pandemic happened. Best decision I ever made, and I didn't get any fucking debt. So that was cool. But the Ether brand is really about again managing my 24 hours. It's about having to schedule like what do I need to do. I'm the kind of person where I say, all right, I have goals. How long is how long is it take? You know what I'm saying? I have a time frame, how long it's gonna take. I schedule a time, I get it done.
Thanks.
I like to start things, complete them. But again, I've taken some time out just to focus on the Ether brand as far as the clothing, because it did take time for that. The music aspect of it, making music is the easiest thing that I can do. I'm dead serious. Like I found ways of making music even more convenient for me. So I don't have to go to the studio. I can make music in my bathroom. I can make music beats on an airplane, but I only use like an iPad and a little keyboard. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people, they have to go in the studio to get their vibe. Where I'll get up in the morning and catch the sunrise and make music on the lake. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, I like to have like different vibes with that. So I don't have to schedule studio time to become productive. I've like created a way to make my music more conveniently and do what I love doing conveniently.
Where can the fans find you on social media, websites?
Find me on Corey Ether, Corey on Instagram. Check me out, Linktree / Corey Ether. You'll be able to check out everything from the merchandise, the music, the videos. Also, yeah. Check me out season 6 on Empire as well. Wow. That was a pretty fun situation, man.
What was that like?
That was crazy. Yeah, like when Empire happened, like I had got a message on Instagram like, hey, you have a great look. Would you like to be on Empire? Shit, cool. All right, cool.
Damn.
So, all right, cool. So then, do this information or whatever. I fill out the information. I was on Empire that next week.
How you got Empire hitting you up?
Yeah, it was like I was probably on 6 or 7 episodes on a 6th season. Yeah, so I think I met Terrence Howard like that first week. Super cool dude. Really had conversations with him. Like the way his mind. You ever seen The Best Man?
Yes. The movie, just all of them.
Terrence Howard gives you that when he talks for real. He's a very intelligent person, man. So I just learning the game from him. And I look at everything like that in life. Like I take everything that I do and I learn something from it. I think we can learn something from everything that we encounter. I think that as people, we have to be more honest with ourselves. We have to learn to handle the truth because it's not always pretty. We have to take more accountability because everybody wants an opportunity, but not everybody wants to handle outcomes. You know what I'm saying? The outcomes is like everybody want to run away from fucking outcomes and the accountability of their actions and decisions.
It's a risk.
I mean, everything's a risk. I mean, shit, us having this interview is a risk because, I mean, geez Louise. It's like, but nah, man.
You just pushed through a worldwide pandemic, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, all of us were stuck in the house, so I know resources were limited.
I love the house. Oh, I love the house.
You're not wrong.
Oh, I love the house because I found ways to make money from home. See, I don't even leave the house for.
What did it teach you? Like this?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was already kind of like on my in the crib shit, but when the pandemic happened, I would just say I feel bad for the people that were honestly negatively affected.
Of course.
And I think we all were, honestly. We all were. We lost in some way, shape, or form with that. But again, we have to look at the good side of things too. Sometimes bad things happen for good things to come about. And I think that the pandemic has created more entrepreneurs in such a short period of time than ever. And I'm fucking loving it. I'm loving it because people are taking control of their destiny. I think times have changed. I think college is important because you're still paying for information. And I think information is all around us, and it's about how you apply that information. Mm-hmm. Just how I talked about how we all have the tools, but we have to figure out the right ways to apply those tools. Same shit with education. I just think that you have to have the right skill sets and be educated in certain things in order to survive, honestly. Because this shit comes down to survival for real, and happiness. But happiness is a choice. But I ain't gonna get into all that shit though.
That's real. Yeah. Let the fans know one more time where they can find you on social media. You can, if you want, you can plug your merchandise. Let the fans see.
10-4. Yeah, check me out at Corey Ether, COREYETHER. We got the you dig. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of, you know what I mean. We got the matching bomber too. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put this shit on. You know what I mean?
You got everything.
Kind of go with my shorts anyway.
You got everything from shorts to what?
Man, we got shorts, we got underwear, we got socks, we have we got backpacks. You know what I'm saying? We have masks. You know what I mean? We got the whole lit. Everything. Also, ladies. Got a whole lot of gang shit for you. We have bathing suits, all right? We got the 2-piece joints. We got the low waist. We got the high waist. We have the 1-piece. We have the Ether sports bras, Ether pillows, Ether hoodies, T-shirts, bucket hats, dad hats, socks. Oh, phone cases. What else? Shit, I think I'm missing something. Backpack, duffel bag, which I call a spend a night bag. The duffel bags. The Ether spend a night bag, all right? We have the fanny packs as well. So, and if you need beats, please hit me up for beats. I got those and all that good shit, man. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate you for your time, yo.
Thank you.
Can't wait to have you back.
Likewise, man. Thank you.
Media Leaks.
Yo, this is Corey Ether, and make certain you check out Media Leaks.